Welcome to Amplifyre's interview series. My name is Christian, and joining me today is the founder at Rubber Duck, Borislav. Borislav, welcome to the series. How are you today?
I'm feeling great, Chris. And you?
Very good, and I'm looking forward to today's conversation as the discussion revolves around how software development companies can ensure that they pay attention to small but significant details in business requirements, how they can encourage developers to speak up about possible improvements, and what core skills and competencies developers should possess beyond writing code. So maybe to start us off, how should a software development company ensure they catch small details in business requirements that might have a substantial impact on the final product or project, and what approach should they take to mitigate the risk that they pose?
Well, the start of the project is well determined how it's going to end. So if we start backwards, what a successful end of the project needs to feel and look like. Basically a calm environment, no stress, and enough time for the team members to grab a cup of coffee, tea, or let's say beer. So if we translate that for the beginning of the project, it's really important once clients provide business requirements, the team members to sit down without stress, with enough time, and just go through them in their own pace. How you can ensure that this is going to happen in the correct way. Basically, if you have a structure that is clear and also clear roles for each of the team members, and you back up that with carefully crafted work processes that ensure professional approach and clear understanding of the task in front of each team member. Nothing is more unproductive than not really knowing what is expected of you. And yeah, benefits can be drawn, of course, from friendly work environments as well, that are focused on responsibility, but promotes having fun and understanding that each team member creates value and impact for the product and the project of the client, and also for the experience of their users. Not all projects can, of course, change the world, but in the universe of the client, their idea comes to life. And it's creating a special adventure for their clients. So understanding that is a vital part of the work of the developer. Just the idea that we are making dreams and ideas come true is quite a magical look at what might be considered a mundane task of writing code. And yeah, code environment is really important for something else as well. Rushing through the start of the project might end up in what we call guesstimation, and often not a real representation of the estimation of the effort needed to build what was requested. Needless to say, if we're going to use the word guess in any part of a request, we are going to end up guessing that nothing can be done in a better way. We put ourselves in the position of a mindless entity that does not really provide any added value, which removes the purpose of working as a software developer out of the equation. So not really to delve into that, but purpose creates drive, and then drive results into creativity. So the purpose of the task is not really to create an estimate, although this is our end goal, and this is what is requested by us, by the client, but to look deeply into the assignment and understand the idea and each functionality that was created by the client and why it was created. Then we didn't have time to spare, as I mentioned, for a cup of coffee. We can sit down and pinpoint potential problems, ask questions, and speak up about our findings. Based on the answers that we're going to hear, we can evaluate if the decision that was taken by the client was correct, or we can give them a new point of view, which is going to result into solutions or workarounds to those potential problems with our help.
And, that's one thing you mentioned is to speak up. I remember when I was in the Navy, they always yelled one team, one fight, and that we're all in it together. And so I kind of want to craft this next question just a bit about that speak up. So how should a software development company encourage its developers to speak up when they identify areas where the product or project can be executed in a better way? And what processes or structures should companies have in place to ensure that the challenges associated with this are effectively addressed?
Well, I think that it's all about attitude. We live in a world where we take everything for granted, and we also take for granted that people should do a good job. And I cannot really argue. This is what everybody should strive for, going to work and just doing the great job that they can. But it's really important that often is forgotten to say encouraging words after performing a task flawlessly. So saying to somebody that he did an awesome job can make all the difference. And when you combine that with motivating your people to evolve their skills and learn new things, you can go a long way. We already talked about the friendly environment, which mostly means that people can feel safe in the workplace. Now, adding gratitude and appreciation to the effort put in each tasks that they work on is a basic recipe for people to feel more confident about speaking up. Now, what is left is just that you need to ensure that everything that is said and brought up is of a value. So you have to put the time in training and knowledge sharing between team members. A good place that you can start is, let's say, monthly meetings where people share interesting findings regarding their area of expertise, good practices, something new that they have stumbled upon and can be of help for others. And I don't know, maybe it's going to be part of a solution for a present problem, or you can look back and see that it could have been a good solution for a past problem. And I don't know, things now look quite better already. People are motivated to learn new things and share them with others as potential problem-solving methods or tools or techniques. And now this shifts the narrative and how people think. Hence translates to them speaking up when they see something fishy in their tasks or assignments or in the whole business requirements. I would say that here recognition is key.
I couldn't agree with you more, Borislav, on the professional development, and I think that's hugely important, including all the things like monthly meetings and developing that toolbox. So, in your opinion, what are the core skills and competencies that a developer must possess to provide value to a project or product beyond just writing code? And how do you ensure that you keep up with the latest trends and advancements in the field of development?
Well, there are a few precious skills that separate coders from really great developers and help them provide added value to the projects and the clients that they are working with. I would start with communicational skills or soft skills that allow them to freely and openly convey information between them and other team members, being them other developers, project managers, or the client themselves. Secondly, I would say that proactiveness is another really important skill that they need to possess. This gives them the ability to seek information and help on time. But mostly, they can point out potential issues early on, minimizing the impact that they can have on the scope and the timeline of the project. Of course, we can't leave out teamwork and potential to collaborate with other team members and teams, being them in-house in the development company or in the client company, or third-party service providers of any sorts. All those can significantly reduce the management involvement and supervision required by the client. Everything that we already listed allows the client to focus on what is really important, and this is the product, and not really to worry about day-to-day micromanagement overhead. In the end, the clients seek relief in outsourcing and not really to increase their stress levels. Lastly, we are left with good old time management, crucial skill in order for us to keep deadlines in check and create a pleasant experience working with our clients. Most times clients have marketing strategies that are tied down to the deadline of a project or a product release. So it's really important in order for not really having any significant budget losses to hit our deadlines. Another example would be if we need to push or roll out the product before a certain date. Let's say we are trying to hit Black Friday. It's really important for us because it's important for our clients to have this communicational channel to their own clients. So hitting our deadlines and finishing our tasks on time should be our number one priority. And as we were talking about keeping up with the latest trends, service providers have the duty to allow their developers to grow. This can be done a lot of ways, but a great starting point would be early evaluation meetings where you assess the performance for the past year. You can point out different areas where there can be improvements being done in the technical skill set or soft skills or management skills or any other. And you can set goals for the next year. Those goals can include things that are interesting for the individual, like new skill set, or something that can bring more value for the company. Once you have those plans created, there are different ways that you can achieve it, like ensuring there is budget for different trainings, workshops, courses, and of course conferences. And with all of that, you can ensure that people now have what it takes to make a difference, and they are now confident and know that they can do so. So next time a client comes with a project, they are ready to speak up and help the customer by providing added value on top of their technical skill set.
Brilliant. I mean, I like how you emphasize speak up, and I think that's a good place to leave it for today. So if people want to speak up and find out more about Rubber Duck, where can they go?
Where they can find us on our website, rubberduck.xyz. And of course, they can hit me up on LinkedIn, Borislav Stoyanov, and they can, of course, by the company, find me there. And I'm always open for communication and talking about different ways how we can improve our services and how to work better with our clients. So yeah, always happy to talk to people.
Brilliant. So go check out Rubber Duck. Of course, links are in the description. I want to say, Borislav, it's been a really interesting conversation, and I appreciate your time today.
Thanks a lot, Chris.